All right, welcome to Tea at the Bench Shorts, episode number 15. It's been a while, but today we're going to discuss about what Kamal Hassan could have done for Tamil Nadu politics. But before that, Adi is here. Adi, say hello.
Hi guys. So yeah, as Puresh has said, we're going to start with one short story. We're going to rewind the clock back to 2019. So this is around the time when MNM was merging as a party, and they were going strong in the elections. They didn't win anything, but they had a very strong a very strong hold of the vote share. Then they came third or something. This was very good for a new party, and on the time scale, Mahendran was the vice president of the party, and he was a promising candidate. People were very um, supportive of him and thought he is definitely going to win his constituency in Coimbatore. And Kamal Hassan, his constituency, probably Mylapore or Velachery or something. This was basically the public understanding of what will happen in the 2021 election. And jump forward to 2021, MNM is not very popular, not as popular as they want it to be. Obviously a celebrity மாதிரி ஒரு celebrities இருக்கிற ஒரு party, they didn't have popularity they thought they would. And a lot of this is revealed in Mahendran's letter. So they approached IPAC in hopes that they would help. IPAC, if you guys don't know, they are the agency that kind of managed BJP in 2014, TMC and DMK in this election. Basically, they have a very good track record. But MNM chose another newer company called Sankhya over IPAC, and Sankhya was leading the way for MNM and their publicity, managing them, their campaign and everything. And they weren't very good, thought Mahendran and a few other people in the party, but nobody could do anything as a small minority, and they were a powerful minority, and as I said, Kamal Hassan included. And as time went on, and they were doing interviews for candidates as MNM was promised to be. They were doing interviews for candidates who were going to take the seats, and they were seeing at the same time Sankhya was deciding who is getting the seats, and it wasn't the people who came for the interviews. 100 seats went to the aligned parties of IJK and Sharad Kumar's party. This came as a total surprise to the people and MNM party. After this, the party's foundation and the trust for the party kind of deteriorated, and they were still marching forward with their plans. MNM was okay with this. Kamal Hassan was okay with this. Mahendran brought it up, but nothing could be done. And okay, அப்படியே கொஞ்சம் move forward. பார்த்தா Kamal Hassan is not in Velachery or Mylapore. He's standing in Coimbatore South. And they were still marching on with Mahendran standing, I think, in Sirigramam or Siriseri, somewhere like that. Forgot. Doesn't matter. But anyways, they lost their election with no seats in the end. DMK winning majority, ADMK with a respectful second place. MNM did not win any seats. And with that, Mahendran's investigation of how could this happen started, and came to the shocking revelation that the Sankhya group was registered to none other than the same office that they worked out of, the MNM party worked out of, and Sankhya had been registered very recently. Coincidentally, around the time when MNM needed a PR team, Sankhya started a PR agency. And putting two and two together, they realized that Sankhya was just a puppet master, but actually being controlled by what was led to believe one of the puppets. So basically, Kamal Hassan was one of the puppets, controlling the puppet master who was controlling everything. It's a weird analogy, but it's the only analogy I can think of. All the other puppets thought this puppet is also just another puppet, but the puppet master came puppet master. So yeah, that's how MNM மச்சா இது பேசிக்கலி படத்தோட ஸ்கிரிப்டா இது
படத்தோட ஸ்கிரிப்ட் கரெக்ட் அண்ட் படத்தோட ஸ்கிரிப்ட் இல்ல இது நிறைய பை தி வே கைஸ் திஸ் லெட்டர் வாஸ் நாட் எனி லெட்டர் திஸ் இஸ் தி ரெசிக்னேஷன் லெட்டர் ஆஃப் Mahendran is towards the after this In fact, an interesting thing about the resignations that are happening in M&M right now, if you follow the news. So apparently, right after the election, they all the senior committee came to a meeting, it seems. And Kamal Hassan's like, உங்களால தான் நாங்க தோத்துருக்கோம். No, are you going to நீங்களே உங்க ரெசிக்னேஷன் லெட்டர் தரீங்களா, இல்லாட்டி நான் ஏதாவது பண்ணிட்டா? Kamal Hassan literally said this allegedly. And Mahendran actually typed out all this, and about a week back he typed out all this and he's gone inside, it seems. And I think that dialogue, he says that really reaffirmed him that he was doing the right decision by resigning from the party, because it's no longer the democratic vision that was sold to him and us actually by Kamal Hassan, that that Kamal Hassan is just the brand, and that's how they're going to get popularity, but the party is going to be something bigger than that. But I think Kamal Hassan hate things being bigger than him. Vishwarubam on Besivam palar utputta, and I think Kamal Hassan this movie, he's this party.
Same thing, yeah. Out of vidyasam illa movie ko party ko. But no, but thinking about it, right, what was the promise is very interesting. Kamal Hassan promised this Mudalvan kind of party where the educated people, IAS officers, IPS officers would be leading the party. There's a direct channel from people to party cadres and ministers, easy networking. All the ministers were educated, so they are on Twitter. Anybody, they were easily respond, and it is a beautiful vision. This party had a symbol of Gandhi, not Periyar. That's Appal Patavishyo, probably hinting that they were going to be what All India Party.
Yeah,
like,
I really think Kamal Hassan would have taken an All India step, and like I still think it would have been federal in nature, at least judging by what he said so far. He doesn't like a centralized government, but I think he would have definitely. He had good relationships in Kerala. I'm pretty sure he would have started there. At least multi-state strength, if they had built on this momentum, I'm saying. And I think, but more importantly, what this party and what Kamal Hassan could have offered to Tamil Nadu politics is a third voice than AIDMK and DMK.
That's
it's a
exactly
duopoly right now. In duopoly right now, because forget all this is future. It can happen, it cannot happen. But right now, if Kamal Hassan had won that one Koi South seat, or even listened to maybe Mahendran and other people in M&M, and I'm sure he would have won Velachery. I'm not going to doubt that at all. He could have actually, because Koi South he came close, but everybody was sure in Chennai he would have won, and I believe that as well.
Me too. I second.
So imagine a third person in the parliament,
in the assembly.
In the assembly, and more importantly, it is not even a Dravidian party. And in my opinion, not all that a bad choice as well. It's still secular in nature. It puts progress and infrastructure in the forefront, things like that. It's not some fringe party that wants everyone to farm and speak a particular language. Not very different from what's operating in the center, right? So I really do believe that it is a lost opportunity, and I really think, judging by Kamal Hassan's momentum in the first few years, as Mahendran said, even if they won that one seat, where Kamal Hassan stood, they would have actually made some tangible impacts in that particular region alone, made a good name for themselves, because they, despite everything, because of Kamal Hassan, I still think they have a pretty good social media following. Someone would have picked up on it. And I really think next election, they would have won a couple more seats. Local elections were there. Then again, in about, I think 2 years, again MP elections will come. So I really think it's a lost opportunity for Tamil Nadu politics in general.
But saying all this, looking at the letter, and now with the collective knowledge of the entire past, I am very happy Kamal Hassan did not come to power. This would have been a horrifying thing. I don't know, this man Nazi parties kum BJP kume rap kudukrar indha manushan. I did not expect this from this manushan. Very sad.
Power ku varamaliye ivlo fascism kaatna ore manushan.
ஆமா, அது கமலஹாசனுக்கே அந்த பெருமை போய் சேரும். But he's a good actor. I respect him as an actor.
Yeah, he even convinced Mahendran and his own party workers. He must be pretty good.
What a spectacular actor on and off the screen. Okay, anyways, முடிச்சுக்கலாம்.
Yeah guys, so that's what Kamal Hassan could have offered Tamil Nadu politics, and honestly, I'm a little sad that that vision, I don't believe in that vision anymore. That vision Kamal Hassan initially put forth as in Eminem. But yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And if you voted, thank you for voting. I think Tamil Nadu has got a good outcome this particular election. But yeah, Nandri.
வணக்கம்.